And hello to you. Happy New Year. Happy Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. Happy Three Kings if you're here in Spain. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, for me to be moving on. We started talking about differentiation 8 months ago, and this is it. This is the last one. I've got more things to say about more things, but like I said a couple of times, we got all the videos on differentiation in the same place. So this is kind of like a little recap video, really. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I mean, that's it. You've seen through the duration of these, at least sort of my vision of differentiation on a very practical level in the classroom. And I hope you've noticed, if you've watched all the clips, that it's more of a sort of interventionist vision of differentiation. I'm more concerned not so much with the materials driven set of strategies, but I think differentiation, when it comes down to, if we want to make it effective, time effective, energy effective, and useful in the classroom, it's really about what the teacher does in the moment, from moment to moment, rolling up one's sleeves, getting in there, helping students, making decisions from moment to help. It's all about mediation. When I say mediation, I don't mean the skill that some curriculum writers are now sort of suggesting for students, which is transforming or changing the format of language from written to spoken, spoken to written, and the skills in manipulating language like that. When I talk about mediation for the teacher, I'm talking about mediating between the language and your learner's understanding. Language could be the language inherent in the materials, or the language that you're inputting or they are trying to acquire, and your learner's efforts in the moment. So that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about differentiation, about what we do from moment to moment, helping the learners. And so it doesn't require lots and lots of preparation. Doesn't require lots and lots of materials and worksheets, as I've already mentioned. And I hope that you will have noticed that I've tried to provide lots of small examples of micro strategies and small interventions during the course of the videos. You might want to go back, if you're new to the idea, go back and listen out for those, even make a list of them if you want to, as small techniques you can, as a starting point, that you can try in the classroom, or variations thereof. Remember, if you are, I mean, by all means, feel free to mention, to quote what I've said, if you're on a professional development course. But remember that I'm not a widely known writer on differentiation. So the tutors, the people marking what you're writing, will not necessarily be au fait with some of the ideas that I'm talking about. So you're going to have to explain these as well. If you want to hunt out the couple of 2016 articles Daniel Barber and myself wrote, by all means go ahead. Or you could watch some more clips of Carol Ann Tomlinson or other writers. There are lots of published writers talking about differentiation. Watch them, see who you agree with, what you agree with, and how you might adapt it. But I would say enjoy the fragmentation. And when I say fragmentation, remember I'm talking about fragmenting your class, creating sort of subsets of activities and happenings, small classes within the class going on, breaking lockstep, having these people over here doing this, small variation of a task over here for these people. There is always a tension between teaching the collective as a whole and catering for the needs of the individual within a lesson. There's always a tension there. But I would say enjoy that. See it as a challenge. See it as a game, a serious game, but a game. It's an act of juggling often. You're trying to keep a group of people going in the same direction. You're trying to keep a certain level of coordination and coherence, but at the same time, you're allowing small breakaway groups, small divergent or tangential activities, parallel tasks that are not necessarily the same for everybody, but are better fitting for the individuals doing them. Enjoy it. It is a skill set that takes time to develop and conscious work. But I would say that if you never start, then you never progress. I can imagine a situation whereby a teacher might have been teaching 10 years, 15 years, 20 years or more. If they've only ever been used to teaching a class in lockstep with everybody doing the same task at the same time with no fragmentation, then really I can imagine a situation where a teacher wouldn't have progressed anywhere down that road. So it's something that you really need to consciously develop. And again, you're consciously playing the tension of the needs of the many, the need of the group to remain, coordinated, and the varying needs of individuals. It's a constant playoff. But we hope also that we can use the fact that we have a group in order to help individuals as well, because within that group we have various partners that we can match up, various groupings. So we're trying to use the fact that we have a resource, which is a group of people in front of us, to help the individual. So there is that kind of mutuality, and that it's not, the fact that we're teaching a group is not always an obstacle to the needs of the individual either. Have some fun with it. Go away, try some stuff out, make some notes, write down your findings, and then tell somebody about it. You can tell me if you want to. There's always these comment sections, or you can send me an email. Tell some colleagues at work, or put together a workshop, tell some teachers at a conference, or write an article and tell a wider audience. But, as I say, most of all, have some fun with it, because, as I said in the very first clip on this channel, if you don't enjoy your teaching, nobody's going to enjoy it for you. If you don't find satisfaction in the moments where you've accomplished something, where you've intervened to help a student and you've got them on the right track, where you've done something and you think, oh, that's nice, I've got these people doing that, these people doing that, that's nice. If you don't find satisfaction in that, nobody is going to do that for you. So, it's a tricky area, but enjoy yourself. Strength and energy with your differentiation.